So what's going on? Hold on, before we get into it, let me take a drink. So just in case, if you're ever curious, it's Crown Apple and Coke. That's usually my drink of choice. So, and it's Saturday, so I'll take it. So anyway, this video wasn't planned. As I told you guys before, I wanted to bring you guys along with me on my journey to financial freedom. For me, I've been investing, have my emergency fund in place, but I had to sort of prioritize even myself, and we're all, it's a process, man. Nobody's perfect. But I wanted to bring you guys along, and today is sort of a different kind of video. So before I get into it, if you are new to this channel, my name is C Nail, how I see it. On my channel, you will see videos about personal finance, investments, as well as me bringing you guys along on my journey to financial independence, or FI. Again, there are steps in the process, and this is one of them. So I want to give you guys that I'm really focusing on doing this, and my hope is that even one or two of you guys, I don't care where you live, where you from, you know, what you believe in, what color you are, it doesn't matter. We're all in this fight together. But it is an absolute good thing for any and everybody to really take control of their finances, get people out of their pockets, meaning, you know, debt collectors and things of that nature, and stay out of debt. There's some good debt, and we'll, you know, we can a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But there's a process, you know, and we all start counting from one. And I know we see the finished product of a number of YouTubers who have already traveled that road and they've put in that hard work, but I want you guys to see my process in real time as it goes. So if that's something that interests you and you're new here, or even if you're not and you've seen videos before and just hadn't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. Like the video. That helps the video reach more people and helps with the YouTube algorithm. In addition to that, subscribe would definitely be appreciated. Join the community, join my family, and you won't miss videos moving forward. So with all that said, man, let's get into this video. So real quick, this video is me making a payment on my lowest credit card. So I sort of took a page out of Dave Ramsey's book and listed my debt largest to smallest and just started at the bottom, and I'm paying them off as I go up. So today was a payment day. It's Saturday, and it's sad. I know it's sad. It's sad. That's how sort of warped I am, I guess, in the head, or so different. I don't know whatever you want to call it. I care less. But my big event for Saturday was to make that payment and continue to pay down my debt. So this video is just show you sort of that process. So as of right now, I got about $9,500 worth of credit card debt, and that's between two credit cards. And that's not including, that's before, of course, today's payment. So, but my focus is to get that down, then start on my student loan. So thank you guys for rocking with me. Thanks for taking your time out of your day beforehand to watch my video. Again, my hope is that you are inspired to do the same, man. Get out of debt, get these people out of your pockets, you know. So without further ado, man, let's get into it. So this is it was the hard part for me initially, looking at how hard we work and how fast this money goes. But now I'm paying off my debt, and I sort of did the Dave Ramsey list your debts from largest to smallest, start at the bottom, work up. So now I'm paying off my smaller credit card, and today is the day that I make a payment on that credit card. I don't know, so it's sort of part of my routine. I go to the bank that I actually bank with, and at least go to the ATM, withdraw the funds, and then I drive over to the bank that that particular credit card is with. But for me, it's part of the process because it makes it, I don't know, at least I guess a little bit more difficult for me, and it's a reminder not to run up the credit cards and to stay away from them. But it also allows me, and it's just me personally, everybody's a little different, to appreciate me going through this process and having that, seeing me pass this cash from, one bank to another, and how hard I work for the cash, just like everybody else. But just as a reminder for me, sort of to not run it back up, and stay focused on the mission, getting out of debt, and really trying to achieve that financial independence, that FI. So just wanted to bring you guys along on this, show you that this is really, my focus, but hopefully inspire others to do the same. All this money, and this is 2000, we work hard for it, and we're giving it away, to these banks. And I've been with, these banks or credit unions for a long time, but we give too much money and too much power to them. And this is $2,000 that I could be using to invest or to save. But it's a part of my journey. I'll be excited when I pay this thing off. I've got one more payment after this, but let me go ahead and go through this drive-through teller, get this payment taken care of. So I'm a little weird in that aspect. So again, as I mentioned in the intro, my big thing or big project or point of excitement for today, I know it's Saturday. I know we got Rona going around, so I keep my tail inside. So I'll give you guys sort of an idea of what my process is as I'm paying this off, depending on what it is. This particular credit card, the smaller credit card, is with one of the credit unions that I bank with. I don't do my everyday banking, like my direct deposit and all that stuff. I used to. And I know it's a bit old school, but it's sort of a part of my process. And what I do, the actual lending or the banking institution that I do bank with, they have an ATM not too far from where I'm at. So I know it's old school, but I hop in my car, I go up to the ATM, I withdraw the money for the payment on the credit card at the other bank that I bank with, or the credit union, and then I drive my happy tail on over to that bank where where I have the credit card with. I go through the drive-through teller and deposit the money, and then I make the payment on the app. Now, could I schedule, a withdrawal to come out, from that bank to the bank that I have the smaller credit card with? Yeah. But for me, it's a part of my process. One, it keeps me honest and keeps me focused. But two, there's two more things. Two, it gives me something to do to get out of the house. I'm not, of course I could be out doing stuff, everything's opening up now. Nah, I'ma chill at home. I ain't taking that chance. I'm good. But the third point, which is kind of big and important, at least for me, you have to know how you operate. Some folks can just transfer money or set up that transfer, wait till the transfer goes through and just make the payment then. For me, again, it's a part of my process. There's a little bit of pain involved with me having to drive up to this ATM, withdraw the money, drive over to the other bank and go through the teller and do all that. It's intentional. It's for me to remember not to do this again, right? Not to be giving all my money to all these debt collectors and credit card, these banks and things of that nature. So it's intentionally supposed to be a little bit of pain in there of me having to go through all that, just as a reminder, man. Keep these people out of your pocket and just giving a real life account of sort of, how it looks, and bring you guys along as I chop down and hack away at this debt. So again, it takes sacrifice, and the more you sacrifice and the harder you go at it, the faster you'll pay this stuff off. So with that, I have one more payment left to pay off that credit card, which is that smaller credit card, and it's roughly about $750. And again, it's painful. This was sort of the tough part for me, just to reiterate it. At first, because we work so hard for this money, and to see, I don't care if it's $1, to see $1 leave in our pocket and having to give that to somebody else, but it's a reminder of how I signed up for stupid. How I signed up for, and everybody falls victim to, and you're not alone in this, and I know I'm not. Everybody falls victim to, I'm gonna get this credit card, I'll pay it off at the end of every month. Statistics are showing that just doesn't happen. That's not reality. Now, can it be reality? Absolutely. You know, once you get that discipline to know and to be able to function with those cards and keep them in your wallet. I know, you know, even one of the people that I look up to, Dave Ramsey, theoretically, he says, you know, no credit cards, period. But he says that because most folks just don't have the discipline, the financial discipline to follow that plan consistently. You know, if I use it, pay it off at the end of every month. And everybody starts off saying that that's what they're going to do. But next thing you know, you've used half of your credit limit, or you've maxed out the card. But the plan was to pay it off at the end of every month, the balance at the end of every month. So it's all about just us getting that financial discipline and consistency. Once we get that, it's a totally different ballgame. Then you can have those credit cards and you can actually use the credit cards, but you have the discipline and the focus to say, nah, I'm gonna follow my plan. I'm gonna pay it off at the end of every month. Also, I wanted to throw out there a good natural byproduct, and this is for everybody. As you work your plan and you get out of debt, a natural byproduct of you getting out of debt is your credit score increases. So it's essentially a win-win. Although it may be a little bit painful giving up that money with those big chunk payments or whatever you can afford to pay. If you get a second job, or you get a side hustle or whatever to generate more income and more money to throw at that debt, it's sort of painful, but it's a painful reminder of not to do it again. But again, it's almost twofold, because you're freeing up your own money. We work hard, and that's our biggest wealth building tool is our income, what we bring in, right? So we're freeing up and getting those people out of our pockets so that we can keep more of our own money. What a thought, right? What a thought. But we can keep more of our own money. In addition to that, your credit score is naturally going to go up, because your available credit increases and debt to income decreases, but you zero those bad boys out. Now, and I say down the road, once you have that, and you got to stand in your own truth. Everybody's a little different. When you can honestly tell yourself and know within yourself that, okay, now I can actually function as I should with these credit cards, meaning I use them and truly pay them off at the end of every month. Because if not, there's no point in you paying them off, because you're just going to run it right back up. And I did want to jump in and say, I know sometimes as you go along, or if you look at it and you're like, okay, man, I've laid out my budget, and if you're single or you're in a relationship, okay, we understand what we're facing. We've identified exactly what our debt is and what we need to do. Sometimes it seems like such a daunting task. It really seems like you're trying to swim up a waterfall or climb up a huge mountain, Mount Everest. But man, just go. Just attack it with vengeance. Attack it like your life depends on it, because your financial life and financial future really does. A lot of people think that, I got time on my side. Well, if you're in debt and you're not managing your money now, you're hurting yourself and what your possible outcome could be, in terms of you maximizing the money that you can use to invest or to acquire property or just save. And not everybody wants to acquire real estate. I get that. I was a realtor here in San Antonio. I fully understand that. Not everybody wants to purchase a home, even if it's an investment property, or a home for themselves. I get that, but let's not hinder ourselves and take away from what our future could truly look like. So just keep at it, man. Keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. And I would say get you an accountability buddy. If you're single, get one of your boys or one of your homegirls or your family member that you trust or whomever it may be, and have them be your accountability buddy. Somebody that you can share your little wins as you continue to pay off debt with. Have them join your journey, and if you guys want to do it together, that's even better. Have that accountability buddy, but that person that you can share your victories and your wins with. I have me and my boy, we do it all the time. My boy B, we do it all the time. My boy Jay, it's a group of us, and we share our victories, and we share our struggles, and we share the mountain that we do have to climb. But we do that because they are truly happy for me, and I'm truly happy for them as they go along on their financial journey, and as I do. But they're rooting us along, and we understand that sometimes you get tired and you're like, man, this mountain is just so high. But that allows you that additional support and love to keep pushing you and keep going. So appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I just wanted to give you a little stand in truth, man. Give you actually what I'm doing, and not just talking about doing it, but showing you. That was painful. That $2,000 I could have been using to do a whole lot of other stuff, but I signed up for stupid. And you can't get out of a hole by continuing to dig. So it's time to climb out. Life's too short, and I want to keep that money. I want to get to the point where I don't have to give that $2,000 to anybody else but myself, right? So it's a process. So I have my 2 credit cards left, and then we'll chop down the student loan. And as we move through this, you'll get glimpses of sort of where I'm at and what I'm doing and making those payments. And I think people get worn down with the process of, man, it seemed like I've been paying on this forever, but that's why I do like Dave Ramsey's plan and thought process when list your debts largest to smallest, start at the bottom and pay them off, because you see those little wins. You get those little wins on your smaller debts. As you pay those off, one, it frees up more money so you can throw at the next debt, and it just keeps going. And that's why he calls it the snowball. But 2, emotionally and mentally, and for your spirit, you get those wins, those little wins as you go along. And we need that, but also you see those little wins on your credit report too, so that's a plus as well. So, but thank y'all for rocking with me, man. If you haven't already, please like the video so this video can reach more people. It helps tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. Please go ahead and subscribe. I'm just giving you me, man. Average person, just trying to be fiscally responsible and do the right thing and change our family tree, for all of us. Change your family tree. Do something different, keep that more money in your pocket. Get to that point of financial strength where you don't have to stress out about money. I know a lot of people are losing jobs right now, and that's horrible, first and foremost. That's horrible. But I think it's an extra level of stress if you don't have yourself financially set up. You don't have your emergency fund in place. You're in a whole lot of debt. That's where the stress comes from, because you're so worried about still having to pay, A, B, C, D, and E. And all these people are like, come on, where my money? Where my money? And they'll feel bad for you, sort of, but they still want their money. Even if you look at a lot of the companies that are helping people out now, they're not dismissing that amount that you owe. They're just prolonging it. And some companies are allowing the late fees and everything to accrue. And then some of them, you have to go, once everything gets sort of back to normal, you're gonna have to pay that all at once. They don't care about what you have going on in life. They don't care about your financial goals, your future, the stresses that you have, none of that stuff. They want their money. So let's get them out of our pockets. But appreciate you guys. Have an amazing rest of your weekend, man. Please be safe. And until next time, I'm out, man.